Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you are doing okay. So somebody asked, what does it mean if Santa Muerte doesn't do what I asked her to, if you petition her and she doesn't fulfill your request? And they wanted to know because they were worried if she was mad at them or is she no longer helping them. And I will say that Santa Muerte is very, very powerful and she's very potent energy, but she won't do every single thing you ask of her. And it's not to say she can't, but the universe and the world is a very complicated place. And not only that, but we as humans are constantly learning lessons and learning about new things and learning how to deal with things and deal with our problems and deal with other people. And for her to fulfill some request would undermine us learning certain lessons, right? If you asked for her to give you $1 million, she may not do it because why would she do that when it would take away certain things from you? She can see a lot of things, right? She can see possible timelines. She can see how things will play out. She could see that if she fulfilled this request for you to gain $1 million, she could see that somebody would steal it from you or somebody would hurt you for that money. She could see that it would actually ruin your life to gain that money. She could see that you coming into that money right now would stop you from learning the value of hard work, would stop you from learning how to say no to people. And if you came into the money now, then you wouldn't be able to say no to people and you would end up giving all your money away. Or it would make you, lazy and not put in the effort to create something special later on. Sometimes when she doesn't fulfill what we ask of her, we do end up getting it from her just much later on down the line when we're actually ready for it. Sometimes we don't get it at all because it wouldn't serve us, or it would get in the way of something else that we were meant to experience or meant to do. Not only that, but getting into the grand scope of things, the bigger picture. We as humans, all of our lives are really intertangled with so many lives of so many other people. And sometimes if something happens that can really affect our life, it can have a ripple effect and affect other people. And Santa Muerte is a being who knows about, the ripple effect, about all the different timelines and the way things can play out. And so sometimes certain things we want to happen, it's not that she wouldn't do it for us, but it affects other people too. And those people need to deal with certain things on their own. Let's say somebody has a certain illness and you pray to Santa Muerte to help this friend of yours heal from this illness right now, but maybe the illness is for a reason. A lot of things in life happen for a reason, and it's really hard to say. It's just because sometimes certain events have to play out because they're part of a larger plan. We still have free will and we still have, choices we can always make. But for the benefit of all, certain things, it's best that certain things happen in certain ways. And this is something I've had to learn from herself. A long time ago, I had a best friend, and we had a falling out and we stopped talking. And it was really hard on me. And even though we didn't have the healthiest friendship, I wanted them back in my life. And I wrote a whole ritual and I got the candles and I did everything I could. I prayed to Santa Muerte, I asked her, I pleaded with her to bring this person back into my life. And that was, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And that person, I've still never spoken to that person. And only now, when I look back, do I realize that how bad that would have been for me if that person had came back into my life. Because I was kind of codependent with that person. And if they had came back into my life when I asked Santa Muerte to bring them back, it would have been a continuation of that kind of toxic friendship. It would have been a lot of enabling going on. There would have been a lot a lot more negative trials and tribulations, a lot more drama, a lot more issues, a lot more of misunderstandings and not seeing eye to eye. And now, because that person never came back, because she didn't fulfill my request, I was able to learn the value of being able to stand on my own 2 feet, the value of being able to do things on my own, and to learn how to enjoy things on my own and how to be my own good company for my own self. And I was able to learn boundaries, and I was able to really learn that I should not allow myself to be subjected to certain things and certain people, and to kind of raise my standards of who I surround myself with. And so I wouldn't have learned any of those lessons if that person had came into my life. Maybe I would have, but it would have been a lot more harder for me and would have taken a lot longer for me to learn those lessons if I ever learned them at all. And that's just one personal example. Another example could be you want to get back with an ex and you ask her to do this for you, or you ask her to, do something like that, but it would have been toxic for you or negative experiences for you if she was to fulfill that. Sometimes for her to fulfill certain things for us that we request of her, it can result in negative experiences for us, so she can be protecting us from those things by not fulfilling those things for us. Or it could be because we're meant to have something even better later on down the line, so that's why she won't give us the one thing, because we're meant to actually have something better later on. It's any number of reasons why she may not fulfill a request, but it's never because she, because she's not there for us. She's no longer protective of us or something like that. It's usually because it usually comes from a place of protection, or because she can see much further ahead than we can, and she can see how something won't serve us, how it won't bring us value, or it may cause us more problems or heartache or conflicts later on down the line. So if you've petitioned her for something and she didn't fulfill it for you, don't lose faith or don't assume the worst. Don't assume she's looking at you in a bad light, or that you're no longer in her good graces. Just know that a lot of things happen for a reason, and sometimes not getting a blessing can be a really big blessing in disguise. So that's all I really wanted to say about that. It was just something I'd been thinking about for some time, and I felt like it could maybe help someone who may be struggling with not having a certain petition or prayer answered or fulfilled just yet. So if you found this helpful, then of course like the video, and if you want more like this, then of course subscribe, because I have a lot more content coming. And if you want to support the channel, I have a Patreon linked in the pinned comment down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for listening, and I will see all of you in the next one. Take care.